Korngroot by Peter Maguire.
Professor Korngroot goes up to town. Professor Korngroot settled comfortably in his first-class compartment on the up train. It had been some considerable time since he had last visited his publishers, Dumlin and Cook Limited. That meeting had been to discuss the eventual publication of his translation of a bardic saga. The book had been well received and within a short period of time became the standard textbook for undergraduate. His new offering was somewhat different. Dumlin's response to the manuscript was enthusiastic but somewhat enigmatic. Indeed, when Korngroot completed the first volume of what was intended to be a 2-volume work, the style and writing was uncharacteristic and mystifying even for himself. There were, without doubt, elements that could be related to previous research and published works. Nevertheless, the impetus to start writing the projected 2 tomes lacked the well-ordered and planned volition of his previous literary endeavours. Korngroot looked out from the Grimes Street compartment window. Smoke from the engine veiled the carriage window. A panorama of nondescript fields, houses, a few people rolling by. The afternoon was dull, greyish skies and the possibility of rain to come. Rarely did Korngroot leave the environs of the university, and he had little or no interest in the doings of the wider world. The contemporary world had little to attract him. It lacked his preference for the heroic possibilities of earlier ages. A reoccurring dream in sleep and in wakefulness envisaged the stout moot hall constructed from wood and a turf roof, tamped earth floor with a central hearth, smoke curling upwards to mingle with the rafters. The central dining board able to accommodate a host of warriors. Swords, shields and battle axes ritually stacked up against the walls. Gigantic and roughly hewn joints of roasted meats. Horn drinking vessels. Bards strumming small instruments and relating ancient tales of hardship, valour and ultimate triumph. Opening his briefcase, he took out from it a bulky volume, no dust jacket, red boards, and opened it to read the title page, before thumbing the index to find the information he needed to refresh his memory.
Who is Who in Publishing? Dumlin and Cook Limited, Bloomsbury, London. Publisher, Sir Edward Dumlin. Company profile. Dumlin and Cook was acquired in 1912 by Edward Dumlin. The company was founded in the mid-19th century by Charles Scott and William Cook. Highly successful in its time, the original company found it difficult to adapt to the much-changed circumstances of the early 20th century, and former prestige diminished to a considerable extent and was poised for further decline when the house was taken over by Edward Dumlin. William Cook had died in 1910. However, the name was retained and Colophon of Dumlin and Cook Limited established. Sir Edward Dumlin, titled for his services, proved to be a publisher of depth and considerable business acumen, and under his stewardship has become the major publishing house see today.
Daylight suddenly diminished. Looking up from the page, Korngroot was unable to read more of the entry. The train gliding in buffer to buffer, platform 6, within the main railway station. The train discharged a moderate number of passengers, and stepping down onto the platform, Korngroot sniffed the air and detected the likelihood of fog. Crossing the arrival hall and under the main portal of the Doric Arch, gloom descended. A porter called to him, "Taxi, sir?" "No, thank you, my good man." "Rain is forecast." "Excellent." Korngroot, without a hint of masochism, strode off firm-footed in the direction of Bloomsbury.
Korngroot by Peter Maguire. End of chapter 4.